Welcome to this medical biology lesson. In the first lesson, we talked about the terms anatomy, physiology, and pathology. The second lesson was about organ systems. Here we have broadly discussed all organ systems. This lesson is about cells and tissues, about the smallest living part in our body. The subject of this lesson, of course, already reveals what you see in the image. This is about a cell, of which we have hundreds of different types, and then trillions of each type of cell. That's a lot of zeros after the one. Each cell type also has its own function and appearance. And cells that are identical to each other, with the same function, together form a tissue. Take, for example, nerve cells, which transmit electrical signals to the brain or from the brain. We have fat cells, which store fat. We have muscle cells that provide movement. Bone cells provide strength. So hundreds of different cells with their own functioning, their own shape, their own appearance. There is a cell nucleus in every cell, except in red blood cells and platelets. The cell nucleus contains a copy of the genetic material. The DNA. DNA consists of chromosomes containing data about physical characteristics, behavioral characteristics, and sometimes hereditary diseases. Half of the DNA is from mom, and the other half is from dad. Every cell has a copy of this data there. It concerns 46 chromosomes, 23 of which I received from dad and 23 from mom. And if the 23 chromosomes of the egg cell and 23 chromosomes of the sperm cell come together, you get one cell with 46 chromosomes. And they have to grow by sharing. New cells are created through cell division. Cell division is therefore cell multiplication. And so, a new life is born. Cell division of a sex cell, also called meiosis, is the process in which egg cells and sperm cells retain half of the chromosomes. This is important because when a sperm and an egg come together during fertilization, they combine their chromosomes so that the baby again has the correct amount of chromosomes, half from the mother and half from the father. As a result, each child has a unique mix of characteristics from both parents. And of those 23 pairs of chromosomes, number 23, the last pair, is the sex chromosome. That contains the sexual characteristics, the male or female characteristics. So if you have the XY chromosome in the 23rd pair, you have male sexual characteristics. Or if it concerns the XX chromosome, then you have the female sex characteristics. The human body consists of trillions of cells, and most cells are replaced when they are damaged or when they function less well, and that means growth, repairing the body. So your body regenerates billions of cells every day. There are also cells that only last once. A nerve cell, for example, can no longer be replaced. A bone cell lasts for years. But there are also cells, for example the white blood cell, that only last a few days. In the coming months, we will discuss the functions of each cell in detail. But in any case, know that your body is continuously renewing cells. This is called recovery. This is called growing. And for that, you of course also have to live a healthy life. Eat a varied diet, get enough sleep, get enough exercise. Every cell has a cell wall, the cell membrane. This ensures that substances can enter and leave the cell. So nutrients enter the cell and are burned there. This results in waste that has to be removed from the cell. And not all substances are allowed into the cell. So the cell membrane ensures that only the substances that are allowed to enter get access. The wall is therefore light permeable, semi-permeable. Nutrients, fluid, and oxygen are brought to every cell by the blood. Through the arteries, for example, blood sugar, glucose must enter the cell. But oxygen from the lungs also has to enter the cells. This is necessary to burn the glucose. This produces energy, and when it is burned, you get waste, and that has to come out again. And that goes through the veins, but also through the lymphatic vessels. It is then transported to the excretory organs. There are different types of organelles in the cell. These are small structures, each with a specific task. Each organelle has its own function that is important for the proper functioning of the cell. So a small factory, you have organelles that produce proteins, that produce energy, or process waste. Thank you again for your attention. I can imagine that it might raise some questions for you. You can post them in the comments. See you again soon.